Can you go away, man?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. If there is usually any general like input on like difficulty, roguelikes are the least that give you an option for any difficulty period. The only time they ever do it is like if you have something like perma upgrade type roguelikes like 20XX or Hades, where you are slowly building your deck, and then eventually you can, or not your deck, your available options to you, and then they can spike the difficulty up from there, because they judge it based off of the fact that you are getting more experienced at the game, obviously, and they feel as if, you know, you should be able to judge it from there. Now, I also think that stands pretty reasonably, because, like, especially in the case of roguelikes, if you how do I say this? If you get so far in a roguelike to the point where it starts to get hard, and then you start complaining about the fact that it is getting hard, you know, really, like, what are you doing? Because you clearly, you might just be having a bad day. You might be having a bad morning. Listen, I can attest to the fact that if I'm playing Isaac and I haven't, you know, my energy's not completely through the roof, I'm kind of doing doo-doo fart garbage of the game. Like, Isaac is one of those games, a lot of games are like that. Not just roguelikes, but like a lot of games are generally like that. And the thing is that, if you're in a wow, that's replacing. Oh, I probably should have used that at the end of the floor. That was a little dumb on my part. But the general consensus is that if you're in a roguelike, again, I'm stating roguelike examples, which is a little off track, and I will get back on track pretty soon. You might have to remind me, though. I'm going to be completely real. Actually, what we're going to do is, in order to not make myself feel like I have to worry, we're just going to do that. Now, I don't got to worry about the potential chance of me losing that. Well, then again, yeah, I didn't think about where the heart placement is. We probably would have been fine. But generally in a roguelike, if you're able to get so far to the point where the game starts having a genuine difficulty spike, you're improving. The problem is, I think a lot of people don't realize they're improving, which is in turn making them think that the game is just more difficult. And again, this is specifically like an example for roguelikes. If we want to expand this, how do I say this? If we want to expand this opinion a little further, right? If we want to expand this opinion a little further, it's like in terms of general games, like, okay, I look at games that have certain difficulties, like Doom, okay? Because Doom has, like, I'm Too Young to Die all the way up to Ultra Nightmare. Well, okay, I'm specifically going off of Doom Eternal. If we were going off a regular Doom, it'd be I'm Too Young to Die to Nightmare. But, that is, wow. But it has, Doom has that because they are not meant to be as you get more experienced at the game, there's difficulty scaling. It is purely an optional thing. If you could be the most experienced player in the world, yet if your comfort zone is centered around playing on lower difficulties, even though your skill cap is a lot higher, then you know, that should just be your option. And that's why I think the difficulties are set in stone there. Now, in terms of, like, that, again, the whole reason I think a lot of roguelikes don't give you that option is because roguelikes are centered around, you know, most roguelikes, especially games that give you the perma upgrades, i.e., you know, 20XX or Hades, they're very centered around just, like, you getting better at the game through the form of making, you know, more progression. And therefore, they realize because you're making more progression, you can handle more. So they throw more at you. Now, not all roguelikes are like that. Isaac, for example, well, okay. Isaac is kind of like that, more in the sense, though, that you unlock more. That you have more to progress with in a run. Not necessarily that the layouts in a room or anything get harder, I believe. I don't think Isaac has anything like that. If I am wrong about that, please correct me. I'd love to be corrected on that. This is very hard to commentate over. One day I will clarify what all is going on here. One day. I'm kind of lost in the sauce with my banter right now. Let's go, dude. Okay. No, I low-key don't even think we can lose this run. Can I just... Well, okay. Don't say that. I'm just going to say, first of all, I probably should not say that. Whole reason I shouldn't, because I believe I said the same thing about the Angelic Prism run we had last recording, and guess what? We lost it. That is... that's fine, I guess. I don't know. That's... Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Oh, frick. Okay. But yeah, in general, I just think it's so dependent on what the game itself is shooting for. And we can obviously all have our interpretations of what a game is supposed to shoot for, given any situation like that. But at the end of the day, we're not the devs. We're not the ones shooting for, like, you know, we're not the ones creating the vision of what the game is supposed to look like. At the end of the day, if we don't like that vision, we don't have to play the game. I mean, we can have those solid opinions, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I found it really interesting. I found the whole thing really, really interesting because, again, like, I don't... Listen, I am one to admit, like, I just think being able to choose difficulties in a game is nice. But also, the whole reason I don't complain in games like Issac or in 20XX about not having a difficulty setting is because you gotta realize that this, you know, it's not the type of game that's built to have a difficulty. The whole thing behind roguelikes is they're supposed to scale in difficulty based on how much you've played the game, how far you've gotten, basically, in general, how experienced have you gotten at the game. That's the general thing that the game's going for. Also, okay. Again, I don't want to reinstate this, but we have Dr. Fetus, 2 different Angel Deal items, albeit the second Angel Deal item isn't great. I'm just going to be quite frank with you. The second Angel Deal item we got going on is not terribly optimal, but, like, it's fine. Hey, at least we have a boss that, like, I struggle with. Will they get eviscerate? Yeah, they... Okay. Okay. Hey, okay, that's probably... Well, okay, but you gave me a tier. Okay. Yeah, that... This game's funny. But I don't know. That was, like, my general opinion on all that. Again, I've been, like... I wanted to, like, research that. Because, again, the whole idea I got, like... I'm not going to lie to you, Chief. If you're wondering where I got my source to talk about this, it's not like I looked on Twitter and just naturally found the source. I don't really care where I get my conversation topics for you guys, right? If I get them from, like, something funny trending on Twitter, right? Like, if we get it from something funny trending on Twitter, hey, that's all good. Also, I have a video premiering literally... No, it's premiering in 30 minutes. My phone just reminded me. I've never seen a champion variation of those guys. Oh, that was brutal, dude. That was actually brutal. You want to know it would be really good? Can you imagine if every character in this game, like, started with Holy Mantle? I'm sorry. That's a unrealistic expectation, but I also think it would just be great. I don't know why my brain for some reason keeps thinking that, oh my, you're overpowered. You must have flight, right? Like, that's just how it works. When in reality, listen. Okay. Thank you for that. But yeah, that's my big banter. If you're wondering the source from where I got it from an IGN podcast. I've been wanting to get into a lot of podcasts recently. If I'm gonna trail this into something else, I'm hoping to trail this into enough of something else before all of my commentary becomes regarding what's happening in game. Not that I don't like commentating about what happens in game, but I feel like there's just such a special charm to, like, talking about life, kind of talking about things that I see and that I'm interested in. I actually, like, I don't know if I talked about this in the last recording, but my friend who I'm planning to move in with, listen, I don't want to say this is a spoiler because I feel like some of you guys are not going to remember that this is going to be a thing happening 2 years' time. But we are planning to potentially do a podcast talking about whatever we want. It's not gonna be. I can't talk. I'm talking a little fast today. I think it's because I just got hyped up with like a drink. I didn't get a coffee. I got a soda. McDonald's Diet Cokes, by the way, actually like the bomb, straight up. Okay. Hey, can we? Hey, I was trying to focus on getting that. Oh, thank you so much for that. But yeah, like McDonald's Diet Cokes. Listen, I've learned. Listen, I am a Diet Coke-aholic. All right, Matt Pat. I made this joke like. Probably made this joke like a year ago. That was like the last time I made this joke. Oh god. Wiener Schnitzel. I'm sorry. Okay, the DP hand is. Oh god, 2 DP's hands. But like, you know, it's I'm a Diet Coke-aholic. Call me Matt Pat all you want. Again, that's kind of a recycled joke from a year ago, but I just love the joke as a whole. And it the thing about it is that I've come to kind of the point where Diet Coke for me is mostly a caffeine thing. It can sometimes hit different, but like if I really want a Diet Coke that hits different, I gotta go to McDonald's.